In the spring of 1981, I joined the Peace Corps. My wife and I were assigned together to go from California to Washington, D.C. for training, and then off to the West Indies, which included Dominican Republic and Costa Rica. Once in Washington, D.C., we continued our paperwork and our inoculations. And the inoculations, of course, were to protect us from diseases and other ailments. In Washington, D.C., we were able to do some sightseeing, and we got to see the White House. And this is a beautiful picture of the White House. That's me standing down there. And if you look closely, you'll notice there wasn't much of a fence in front of the White House. Things change. Here, I believe, is the Treasury. Another statue. Again, it's springtime, so it's a pretty time of the year. There's the Capitol building, and it looks a little cloudy at this time with some showers. Here's another great statue, and if you could see it, on the top of that statue, on the top of the head of that rider on the horse is a bird. This is my wife, Sherry, standing in front of a statue. And here's our buddy Abe, and again, another bird. Lincoln Memorial. And there's the Washington Monument. Now we're getting close to our departure, not to outer space, but getting ready to head off to Dominican Republic. So we were able to visit the Smithsonian and see a few special exhibits. That was the space capsule that went to the moon. This is the Wright plane, Orville Wilbur Wright. And now we're going to see the flag for Dominican Republic. Here we are, our group, a group of Peace Corps volunteers, landed in Dominican Republic. And it's here that I was detained in customs by some security personnel, and I was asked to strip, and they, I guess they were looking for drugs. They didn't find any. Here's a people-powered bus. And here again are some Peace Corps volunteers, some great people. We're sitting on a park bench in Dominican Republic. A view in Dominican Republic of one of the fortresses that surrounds the main city. And some of the historical sites. And you might even see a guy up there on that statue, Christopher Columbus. Some more Peace Corps volunteers here, and some more sightseeing, getting acquainted with the city, the country. Trying to learn a little bit about the culture, the history, and hopefully preparing to help out. Here's a local famous leader, Duarte. Like every country, they have their heroes and leaders. Here I am with Sherry, and we're standing next to supposedly where Christopher Columbus is buried. Christopher Columbus was supposedly one of his first places that he landed in the New World was Dominican Republic. Indoor shrine, and lots of respect and adoration takes place. This is just a unique picture here. One of our fellow Peace Corps volunteers standing in the same pose as a statue just by mere coincidence. A typical building in downtown Dominican Republic, probably from the 20s. Here's Sherry standing next to another transportation device, bicycle powered, of course. Now, Dominican Republic, after visiting and staying there for a short time, we're off to Costa Rica. This is some of the open land in Costa Rica. Beautiful country. Here is the station house in Costa Rica where much of our training would take place. We would learn how to work on the land, how to help the people, and how to speak the language. Some more farmland, which is very important. Growing crops and taking care of animals. You can see some crops, some seeds that have started to sprout. The gentleman on the left is our trainer or guide. Gentleman on the right is another Peace Corps volunteer. And this is a large fruit. Guava and papaya, very popular over there. Here's a young calf, just seemingly wandering. and a large bowl. I'm standing here with a young mother and her children, and this is the house that we would be staying in during our training. The floors are cement, and the wood siding are just simple wood boards, and the roof is tin. It's fairly warm in this area, so not much need for insulation. Here's the inside. You can see the wood siding, simple curtain for a door, and I'm sitting there with the kids. They were bright and cheery and happy. This is actually a picture uh, in the kitchen. And she's standing there by her little stove, and she cooked a lot of meals for her husband and the kids. And this picture here shows what they ate a lot of: sugar, soda, beans, and rice. Lots of beans and rice, not just for lunch or dinner, but for breakfast too. Little Herman here has a lunch pail, and he's wanting to explore that. Here's Grandpa uh, hanging up on the wall, simple art. Another picture, mother and child washing in the sink. The child wood pile in the back. And by the way, the showers, there's really only cold water, so you take some cold showers. It's a rural area of Costa Rica. I'm standing here right outside that little house. Some banana trees. And I'm probably contemplating whether or not to use the outdoor outhouse. The frogs are huge. There's a gallon paint can to the left, and that frog is almost as big as that can. So they come out at night. Thank goodness they eat the insects, but they're huge. Here I am, and I'm sitting on a porch with some birds, which you'll see in the next picture. There's a little small parrot that our fellow Peace Corps volunteer Gladys somehow discovered. And here we see a white owl, um, somewhat tame. Again, a picture of the countryside and one of the local churches Beautiful open sky, lots of greenery. Here's some of the construction or building that takes place and some of the things that the Peace Corps does, helping with building different structures and also helping with some of the latrines and other facilities. Here's some neighbors. Someone's getting their hair done. I'm standing here next to a couple of children who are playing in the forest. One way to get around. Someone's getting a bath. Very simple. If there's water or a faucet, it's used, especially for the children. Here's a simple hut. Again, you notice the tin roof and simple siding. The warm human temperatures. Lots of vegetation. This marker here is actually indicating the border to Haiti. So cross that and you're in Haiti, which is, at least not at that time, a good place to go. And here's another structure, a bit of an old fortress or castle of some type. Rather large building out in the middle of nowhere. And of course, let's not forget Costa Rica. Lots of beach and shoreline. And unfortunately, we were not able to go into this water because I heard reports of many sharks. This most likely is the Atlantic side. Here's a local, and he's proud because he's partly been busy cockfighting with his cock rooster. Some children playing with kites on a small hill where the wind and air is plentiful. And a few kids are trying to entertain us, hoping to get some kind of donation. And you notice that instrument the one kid had there, it's a type of merengue music. Yes, they have Coca-Cola. This is just a little area, little bit of a schoolhouse. Here's a bus stop. And it rains. That's why there's a little roof there. The rains come and go, sometimes suddenly. Now we're off to Mexico, which means we're heading home. And we're exhausted and tired. We're on the plane. And there's a view. And it was actually a bit stormy with lightning, which is always spooky when you're flying. Thanks for watching. And as you can see here, we went from California to Washington, D.C., via Florida to Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, and then, of course, Mexico, and back to California.